Hello and welcome to round 5 of WCR Season 3 Tier 3 here in the Principality of Monaco. Last time out we saw Doxter take a dominant victory ahead of Mark and Carpia, who picked up his first podium of the season. The track today is a 3.3 km 19 corners circuit, so which he tries to reverse with 39 laps a day and hopefully keep out the barriers for all those laps. Strategy today should be a one-stop if all does go well for the drivers. And following his victory last time out, Doxter retook the lead of the championship ahead of Cozzy and Mark, where only 8 points separates the trio of drivers at the top of the table. Note Carpia as well, who's leaped up the championship following his impressive showing last time out. We go into quali now. And we are here following Carpia on his lap, but I do think he has completed his current lap so far. So we're going to look at another driver who could be on this lap. Here is Doxter, of course, taking the victory last time out and did it in quite a dominant fashion. Did the racing point, man. So I think that was LSD maybe jumping up there. But we will have to see if Doxter is able to replicate his form from last time out. Obviously, he won by, don't get me wrong, but I think it was around 6 seconds. Yeah, if he pulls this off in the streets of Monaco, he will be able to extend his championship lead by a lot more as he hunts down for the championship in the first season of Tier 3 here in WCR. As he rounds the final corner, DRS is wide open on the racing point, and he comes over the line to go 4th with a 1 minute 10.2. Slots him behind Mark on the medium, so that's quite good for Mark there. And you've got Drake at the top of the leaderboard right now, as you saw Doxter do some of his front wing on his in-lap. But Drake has been quite a quiet figure so far in this season. If you remember, he DNF'd in the first race, which brought up the safety car, which really spiced up that race. And I believe he retired in the second race as well. I do not know. I believe he did. I wasn't there to commentate it, but I think I saw you retired there as well. So we'll have to see how he does today. Here's TX606 on this lap. He's been a very solid driver this season, has the Ferrari man, but it does look like he's going so on this lap, unless it does not look like the Ferrari man is pushing as of right now. Here's Mr. Zoxon on the slap, I believe. See Mr. The Apex there. Down into the famous hairpin slowest corner off the calendar, remember, as he rides the inside curb there. Here onto the Monaco tunnel straight now. So that's the Honda engine. Do all its work, obviously a lot. Engine won't matter here, as the cars are equal. Here he navigates the Nouvelle chicane through to back, tapping the outside wall there. I don't think he got any damage from that through the swimming pool chicanes. Taking those very nicely, keeps away from the barriers as he comes into Raskas. Obviously, famous Raskas gate incident happened there with Michael Schumacher. Hopefully we'll have no drivers pulling off anything mischievous like that though, as Soxon comes out to set a lap that puts him in P11. Got board with Drake now, who's on his lap in the Haas. Currently provisionally pole, but will he be able to improve on that lap? Obviously, that was set early in the session, and he can definitely improve from there. Could that have been a cut? I do not know. It looks like he is still pushing though. Taking the back very nicely there, getting as close as the wall as he can get. That's one of his close and is CEST. He almost getting in his way. Man in second. And round to the final corner comes Drake. I'll have to see what lap he is able to set. And no, he isn't able to improve, but it's extremely close to his existing lap. As there goes Mark. Mark goes into P2 as well. On a set of soft tyres. Here's Cosy on this lap. Obviously he won in Baku and is currently second in the championship, so he's hoping to regain the lead of the championship after not being able to score a podium in Spain. Rides a curb down into the tunnel straight. Hops over the inside curb as he clips the barrier there and causes him to go into a spin. Unlucky there from the Brit in the Williams. Who hasn't been able to set a lap as of yet in this session. There's Dockster on his lap, breaking hard down in there. Using lots of engine braking is the Spaniard. Riding the inside curb there very nicely. Riding that curb as well. Getting the apex back onto the straight here. Don't know if he cuts there, but it looks like he is still going on with the lap, so... Oh no. If he was on the lap there, 3/10 up, I must add as well. Would have been a very good one, but obviously in the walls at the back and in the walls at Rascast for good measure as well, but he stays with a 1 minute 10.2 for now. His Bartskang on his lap. Was impressive performances this season, but just never been able to challenge for the win like some others has done this season as Bartskang. But could he be wanting to make that change in today's race? We will have to see what the Mercedes man will be able to do around the streets of Monaco. This is 1/10 up on his current lap. The car looking very squirmy around the swimming pool chicane. He keeps out the barriers. Raskas and he bolts his lap. What's it? Oh, I'd say we're going on board with Steph Farrell, but you find him in the runoff at Mirabeau, I believe that is. Mistake me if I'm wrong, but yeah. Looks like he made a mistake on that lap, which caused him to obviously go for that corner. Don't know what he's doing right there. He's spinning the rear wheels up. Here on board with still on the set of mediums, interestingly. And he's also improving on his soft time, I believe. We'll have to see if he is able to finish off his lap though as he goes wide at Raskas, but no, he goes back into the pits. Unless it's a graphical glitch, he is looking quite strong. to ride on board because he was about to set a lap. He goes up to 7th gear into turn 1. Right, Sargent clips the inside curb. Don't think he cut there. ERS still on 4. So it looks like he's continuing to go on with his lap. Through Casino. Down into Mirabeau. Into the famous hairpin. Looks like he missed the apex slightly there. Definitely hit that one. And that one again as he looks to power down in towards the Nouvelle chicane. Will he make the same mistake he did last time? No, he doesn't. As his bid for pole position continues. Obviously not being able to see his delta will affect, but oh, did he cut there? You do not know. He comes around the final corner and we will see what lap he is able to set. That puts him 4, so a very solid lap, only 3 tenths of pole as of now. Here is Drake on the lap as well. I think no, he dives into the pits. Gone ball with Mark now. He's been a very impressive driver this season. Not been able to get a win, if I recall correctly, but I mean, amazingly consistent. Has a Toro Rosso man as he is 1/10 up on his best lap. So this lap could be for provisional pole position. I'll have to see what the Toro Rosso man is able to do. Rounding the final corner. DRS Rwaggy been able to get a toe off this McLaren of Panda Cruiser. And he gets pulled by 3/10 of a second. Amazing that there, as we will go on board with Panda Cruiser, who is just ahead of him there, who has just started his lap in the McLaren. It's 4/10 up on his best time. I believe his best time is set on mediums as he goes very wide there. Dives down into Nouvelle chicane now. So that was Mark, I believe. He is desperately wanting to get back to the pits. So that might have to be looked at by the stewards, because I don't think that is exactly legal, cutting the track like that, getting back to the pits. But I have to see. And there goes Panda Cruz. He goes 11th. With a 1 minute 11.1. On the board with LSD now. And he goes 2nd with the 1:09.4. Just off of the pole position time of Mark. And there's a Ferrari TX66 getting all out of sorts in the final corner as he crosses the line, and he is not able to set an improvement on his time. Here's Doxter now. He's 1/10 up on his best sector 1 time. Taking that very nicely there. Just a racing point, man. As he powers on down now to the Nouvelle chicane. Making very hard down into 2nd gear. Going a bit wide there. And that really compromises his run. As he backs off. Oh. I wonder if he's got enough fuel for another lap. We'll have to see. Of course, he won't really have enough time to go back to the pits. But we're now riding board with Drake, who is on his lap. He is up on his personal best in sector 1. He has 3/10 to gain to get pole position from Mark. So let's see what the Haasman does. Got the Alfa Romeo ahead, so that's hit That's TX606 who retires. He will not be starting higher than 5th position as Drake is 1/10 up, nearly 2/10 up on his personal best lap. We'll have to see what he's able to do, but he does have the Alfa Romeo right here of Steph Farrell. He could be heavily compromising this lap. And here comes Drake. And no, he's not able to improve. Might have some words with the Alfa Romeo man then after the race. That's what he was doing there. And there's Cozzy, he's 1/10 up on his personal best sector 1. Riding inside of the curve very nicely there. As CEST is not able to improve on his 9.4, so he will not be starting higher than 2nd. There's more people laps coming. Next, Cozzy taking that Nouvelle chicane very nicely. There's Doxter, he jumps up to P4 with a 9.6. Demotes Cozzy down to 5th, but he is 3/10 up on his personal best lap. Goes right at Raskas though, as the rears look to be on fire on the Williams car. As he runs up to the line, what is he able to do? It's a 9.5, which sets him in P3. And here comes his teammate Nitrofox, or Nitro now, and that sets him P6, just behind Doxter. So he'll be starting P6 as of now. As that's Mark. Mark goes pole. No, sorry, he improves on his pole time, not by much, but just to cement his pole position in the Toro Rosso. 2nd pole position, I believe, of the season is it for the Toro Rosso man. We'll just wait for the session to end, as everybody has finished their laps. As we look at the qualifying results, here now we see Mark on pole by 0.069 of a second there, and then you've got Cozzy 1.5 back from there. They've got Drake, Doxter, Nitro, TX606, Bartscan, Carpia, Simon Elite rounding out top. Then we've got Senior Magic, Mark Dickey, Carpaccio, Panda Cruiser, Zoxon, and Steph Farrell rounding out the grid there. As we wait for the formation lap, these drivers, as I usually say, choosing their fuel, which should be low here due to the lack of straights here at Monaco. So usually be coasting and maybe knee mixture and low ERS, so they're able to go much more aggressive on fuel and sort of say mark these grid away. Could this be the chance for Mark to finally get his first win in this season? Obviously he's come close in Baku and Spain, but it's never been there to be able to clinch it. I believe he's got 3 or 4 podiums this season as a Toro Rosso man, so he's always been up there but never been able to just finish the job and get the win. LSD in second, he's looked good this season, but he's just never been able to You have to like translate his results into points really. And you have Cosy behind, who has won the race this season and has been consistently on the podium for most of the other races. Always finishing in the top 4, I believe, has the Williams driver. There's Drake. He has not got a point this season, but he'll be looking to change that. He's starting in a very healthy P4 today. Behind that is Doxter, the championship leader. Not starting where he'd want to. Just would the Spaniard be? He'd obviously be wanting to start in the top 3. Maybe pole, as that is where he's in the championship. They've got Nitro Fox. Haven't seen much of him this season though. And hopefully make a good impression here. TX606, who has been solid all season. Botsgang as well. Carpia on the back of a podium in Spain. And Simon Elite, Senior Magic, who is has been disqualified, I think, along with Mark Nicky. They've got the 2 McLarens of Carpaccio and Panda Cruiser. They've got Mr. Stockton, who has also been disqualified too. We get ready for the 5 red lights now, as the final cars will be looking to slot into their grid position. There's the 2 McLarens, I believe, the 2 final cars left on the formation lap. And there we go. We run up to 5 red lights now. Drivers revving their engines. And it's lights out, and away we go. That's Steffer out at the back, getting a bad start. And Mark Nick is able to get a good start. That's Drake going alongside with Cosy, and the VP has got P3 from the Brit. No, they're going side by side. And they'll be going side by side. And long sweeping left-hander that I can't remember the name of, but Drake is able to get P3 from Cosy off of the line. As Mark has been able to set or do the start he has wanted to do to keep the P1 as well, but LSD is right behind him as of now. See position change, not too much gain. Botsgang gaining 2 positions there, so good start from him. As that's Mark. Mark's already got a 3-second time penalty. That is something you really don't want to be happening to you on that one. But he does seem to have a good lead, so will he be able to extend it? We will have to see, but coming on that one. The order is Mark, LSD, Drake and Cosy. None of the Mark obviously being the highest person in the championship in the top 3 of the race as of now. And that's Carpia. He's also getting his name on the penalty board very early, so track dips are proving to be quite difficult for the drivers here today at Monaco. We've got 2 drivers who are in the pits, both to change the wing, I do presume. We've got Cosy. He is very close to the back end of the Haas of Drake. Just not being able to overtake. It's a Williams man. Lovely shot there through the swimming pool chicane. Gap out the lead. I guess you could say it is 1.1 seconds, but in reality, this is actually a 2-second lead to LSD. Not even that. Mark, if the gaps stay as they are, he'll be dropping down to around P4 right now, due to his penalty, maybe even P5. As LSD is starting to drop back from the Toro Rosso of Mark. Steffer, he gets a time penalty. The man down in last place. This is because he's getting close to the Haas of Drake. Not able to do anything as of yet. Of course, DRS enabled this, that. I'd be really close to use DRS. Also, we've got, because his teammate Nitro, he is very close to Stocks and gets a time penalty. Nitro very close to Botsgang. Not close enough to make a move though. there's Cosy. He gets his name on the penalty board. Right now he is hunting down LSD. DRS open now. Of course, start finish straight so short that DRS isn't all that effective here, so it'll be interesting. See, the main way of getting past people, of course, you do have the option of doing the undercut here, which can provide quite a big boost. As Monaco, worn tyres here usually results in quite a big drop off of pace. Really riding the curbs there is a Hassman of Drake. Because Doxter, he's not made the start he has wanted to make. Down in P5, 1.5 seconds off of a Williams or Cosy, and it just seems to be in place of his own right now. Quite losing the rear end through the swim pull chicane is the Racing Point driver, and he's not looking comfortable at all in this car as of now. Got Bobby Drake. He is getting very close to the Alfa Romeo of LSD. It's like he's not getting. It's like LSD is not having the best tyre wear as of yet. I have heard that the softs do tend to drop off around lap 6, so and you'll be wanting to take these to around lap 11 if you do want to be one stopping, as he taps the rear of the Alfa Romeo driver at the hairpin. As you can see, LSD sliding around that corner on the exit to onto the tunnel straight. Will Drake be able to make a move? He does not look close enough, but we have to see if he is optimistic, which no he isn't. But LSD looks to run wide into the new foul chicane, and will Drake be wanting to capitalise out of Anthony Nose, the final corner. Drake just seeming to drop back in the swim pool sections, as he clips the inside wall there, which you saw Charles Leclerc do in real life for that southerly span yellow flag. That's Panda Cruiser. Panda Cruiser's round and lost some of his front wing. We go back, we've got Cosy, he's now closer to Drake. You must note Mark in the league, he's really streaking clear at the moment. As this train, the P2 is starting to develop. Got quite the gap to Doxter behind him, Bottas gang and go. As you look back now to Carpia, who is getting quite close to Nitro, and he goes down the inside into the Nouvelle chicane. I guess the move done. Very nice move there from the Spaniard, as he'll now look to go and try and catch Bottas gang ahead of him in the Mercedes as he taps the wall off to back for good measure. No damage it looks like, as he gets a time penalty there. That's his second of the race, I believe. He's been getting 3 warnings in 7 laps right now. And as Night Fox has pitted. Here comes Williams driver into the pits. Oh, and looks like he got some damage, so he'll be changing onto the hard compound of tyres. He's got boy Mark Nicky now. He is really close to TX606. TX606 has looked quite strong this season. Just not been attending the races to put up a championship fight, has the Ferrari driver. And you see Mark Nicky there bumping the wall. Simon Leeds disconnected. Looks like he is mounting an attack on LSD once again, as LSD nearly going around at the second of the swimming pool chicanes. Joe's open for the Hassman, but he's not close to capitalise on LSD's mistakes as yet, but he really loses the rear end there, and here comes Drake past into P2 on the Alfa Romeo man. Finally be able to get past the Alfa Romeo man is Drake, as he will now look to mount an attack on the Toro Rosso of Mark, who's now extended the lead to 4.2 seconds, so he's been very impressive today. That's Mark. But Drake now will be hunting him down. Drake wants that win. You can see the gap dropping to 3.9 seconds now. Obviously, you don't know Drake's true pace really, because he did get blocked in this qualifying up, which he did look quite good on and could have mounted the challenge for pole maybe on that lap. See Simon Elite in the pit there. Back on board Carpia, who has been making moves to catch up to Bottas gang as some sort of lag there. That's Mark. He sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Sector 3. That's Dockster. Dockster looks like he's made a mistake and he speeds in the pit lane. So it's not gone well for the Racing Point driver. Of course, if he wants to be challenging for the title, he can't have those silly mistakes, as he looks like he is changing his front wing. So also pits is Cozzy. He's out of the pit. On with LSD, who's Cozzy looks like he's been able to jump. Looks like Cozzy, he's into a net P3 now. He's going back aboard with Carpia for the fight of P3. Right now I can't remember what the net position this is. I think it was around P7. Here's Carpia. Closing on Bottas gang. See if Mark pits. No, he doesn't. So if Drake pits, see if Drake wants to do the undercut. No, he doesn't as well. So right now, Drake looks like he could be risking an undercut from Cozzy. Of course, Cozzy will be fast on the new set of medium tyres, I believe. We'll have to check what tyres the Williams driver is on right now. Yeah, medium tyres. So they'll be very fast right now compared to the old soft tyres. As there comes Carpia and Bottas gang into the pits. And Chira, who was fighting for position. That's Doxter, he speed. Did he just speed in the pit? And again, no, read that wrong, sorry, but he gets a time penalty. He's just it's not going well for the Spaniard. And yeah, clear air for Cozzy right now. And he'll be hoping to get close to the Haas of Drake. He's now 5 seconds behind Mark, so okay, Mark has a firm grasp on the race winning trophy. Of course, race isn't over to the finish line, so we don't know what happened to there. Of course, this is Monaco, one of the most unpredictable tracks when it comes to crashes. It's narrow and twisty streets. It's Mark, he goes into the pits. Mark makes his first pit stop, and Drake does not. Drake continues. It's Cozzy, you can see Cozzy doing personal bests at the moment. Really pushing it is the Williams man. As he's catching up to Zoxon, who has not pitted yet. Here comes Mark. Mark comes out on a set of medium tyres. I just look at the gaps. Cozzy is getting close to the range of being able to undercut Drake, but he will have to be getting past Zoxon quite quickly though. Oh, as he locks up there in trying avoidance, but luckily Zoxon lags and Cozzy is able to get ahead, so you could say a stroke of luck there for the Williams drivers, but Sarah Panda Cruiser, he does retire from the race. Guessing that's in the pit lane. Drake, he pits him finally from the lead. He puts on set medium tyres like drivers like Mark and Cossie doing around him. Mark Heath takes the lead as here comes Drake out the pits. See where he's compared to Cossie. There they are, and looks like Cossie, he is taking P2, net P2 from the Hassman of Drake. But he's right behind him, Drake, and Drake will be on fresher tyres, remember. He's got around 2 or 3 lap younger set of medium tyres, so this could really come into play at the end of the race. Remember, Cossie has the 3-second time penalty. I do not know if Drake has there. Cossie, he clips the inside wall of Mirabeau, sending the car into a slide there. That is not good for his tyres at all. Got aboard the battle for P10 right now. Looks like he has spaced out, but we've got Doxter trying to close in on Nitrofox. Looks like the Drake battle is getting a lot closer than this right now, and they'll be looking to make a move possibly on the main straight with a Hassman. US Open, he is quite close to Cossie, but I don't think he's got enough straight line speed to mount an attack. Gets very close in the braking zone. Let's look at the gap, it's 8.7 seconds as TX66 has retired. I think he's retired in the pit lane. Yeah, he is retired in the pit lane. Go back and ball with the battle for P2 though. That's man all over the gearbox of the Williams driver. Comes into Mirabeau. Nouveau shot, sorry. Just not being able to get close enough when it comes to the DRS zone to mount an attack. Could be wanting Cossie to make a mistake like he saw on his overtake on LSD where he lost the rear coming out of Santa Vot into turn 1. Right now, Cossie looks firmly planted, choose P2, and Drake is not being able to do anything about that. So it's the closest battle of drivers on the grid as of now. Look how close he is into Mirabeau. Oh, contact there from the two drivers, and Drake concedes. That's lost drivers quite a bit of time there. Do not want that at all. That's Senior Magic getting his name on the penalty board. In the other Haas, Drake's teammate for this race, I believe Senior Magic is reserve though. No, I do. Actually, yeah, I think he is a natural driver. But look how close Drake is getting to Cossie through the swimming pool chicane. But just not being able to get a better exit to mount an attack into Raskas maybe. But there, Cossie is going wide in Raskas. And wide in Anthony knows too. This could be Drake's perfect chance to make an overtake. Looks like Cossie's forcing him to the outside and not being able to get past, but here comes Drake for the switchback, not able to do anything of it, but he's planted to the gearbox of the Williams, almost bump drafting as you see in NASCAR. Oh, it's this contact and Drake's almost round, but he manages to catch it. Great car control there from the Hassman, but that sets him back around a second to Cossie. Not too much as I first thought it would have been, but does he have damage? No, he does not have damage, or none that I can see. Now this has brought LSD into the battle. LSD on the hard compounded tyres. He'll have the better durability on the tyres when it comes to the end of the race. I think I just missed somebody on the penalty board. I have to check that in a lap or two. But Drake, he has closed back up to Cozzy, but Cozzy not getting a bad exit again. Drake really pushing the car into turn 1. See, the gap at the lead is 12 seconds right now. So Mark's putting in a worldie of performances right now. Bottascan gets his name on the penalty board. It's back between Mark Nicky and No, I think Carpaccio just got past Mark Nicky for P9. But here back on board Drake, who looks closer than ever before, coming into the new foul chicane. He's got the overspeed on Cozzy. Does he send it? He does. Looks like he does push Cozzy off the track there. And they're side by side coming into the back. Who breaks it out? Looks like Drake does. But now he's got Cozzy right behind him. And it's yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's Zoxon. Yep, Zoxon's off. I think that's at the new foul chicane. We go back and board with Drake and Cozzy, but Drake's pulled out a sustainable gap to the Williams driver. And that's Drake back up into P2. It's Cozzy tapping the wall at Sandoval. And go back and board with the battle for Mark Nicky and Carpaccio as they touch in Raskas. Not enough to spin any of the cars around though. DRS open for the Mercedes man. Only 3 tenths behind is Mark Nicky. Oh, as he touches the inside wall of Casino there. I do not know if he got damage. It looks like he has though. Yeah, Mercedes has got damage from that contact, and unlucky for him. But that really set him back here at Monaco, a circuit that demands on the front aero quite more than most of the other tracks on the calendar. As you look at Drake, he's pulled out a 2-second lead to Cozzy already, so looks like he was really holding up, was the Williams man. But with that gap to the lead right now, looks like a safety car will be the only option for Drake to close back up to Mark. There's nothing going on. I'll have to look at the incidents because I did miss somebody getting a penalty. Look at the amount of exceeding track limit to that spot. That was Zoxon, I do believe, who got that penalty, or Bottascan. One of the two. We'll go back and forth with this battle as Mark Nicky, he's still being able to keep up with Carpaccio even with the broken wing. So you're getting a lot more understeer through these corners as Doxter. He sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on a set of medium tyres. It's like the race support driver has ditched the hard tyres. He had to pit early on due to damage after a spin or something from him. As Carpe and Zoxon is also pitting in. But as you see now in the swim push chicane, he's really dropping back from the McLaren. Just showing the importance of just a small end plate on the front wing can just result in a whole lot of pace loss around the streets of Monaco. quite close to his Mercedes driver. Will he look for a dive? No, he doesn't. He's getting really close to the McLaren of Carpaccio, despite the front wing damage, of course. I have to ask the question, does Carpaccio have wing damage as well? No, he doesn't, but Mark Dickey on the soft compounded tyres, is that Carpaccio? It looks like Carpaccio is setting him past. It's like McLaren driver does not want an incident between the two drivers. But I must note, Drake is really close to the mark, like quite a lot, so if he wasn't behind Cozzy, if he just pitted that one lap earlier, he could be so much closer to the Toro Rosso driver. So looks like things just haven't played into Drake's hands this race. As I said earlier, it looks like only a safety car could save his hopes at a win. Let's step out, getting another penalty. You see now Drake momentarily reducing the gap of the lead down to a sub 10-second delta. And look at how much Cozzy's dropped back from Drake. 8 seconds now is the gap from the Haas driver, I say the Drake driver. From the Haas driver to the Williams driver. It just does not seem to have the pace to contend with Drake. Does Cozzy. Oh, and there's Carpaccio. Just outbraking himself into Raskas and ended up tapping the wall slightly. So that's lost him around 5 seconds there. So really inconvenient there for the McLaren driver. And will not be happy with himself after that mistake. Oh, Doctor though, because he has been close enough to the Haas of Senior Magic. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but look how much he's sliding. Looks like he's not been able to handle. As there goes Carpaccio again. In the barriers once more is the McLaren man. That just seems very mistake prone at the moment. 2 mistakes in the space of a lap. It's Cozzy. I think Cozzy's got wing damage, yeah. So that could explain his lesser pace. And LSD behind him. Does he have wing damage as well? Yeah, he does as well. So right now it just looks like a game of who can get the least damage. Of course, Mark and Drake, they have no damage at all. And that is why they are able to stay 1 and 2 as there's Drake. He makes a mistake, he clips the inside wall. And this is quite a chunk of time, 8/10 there I think. Judging by the delta. Mark Dickey, he comes into the pits. Up at Doctor as he mounts an attack on the Haas of Senior match. Oh, he breaks too late and he ends up going off on the run up. And there comes Carpaccio as well. He has to slow down behind the Racing Point driver. Sorry, it's LSD. He gets the time penalty. presumably from the swimming pool chicane, judging by his car position. But I think Mark's made a mistake, because Drake, he has knocked the gap down to 6.6 seconds. Remember, Mark had the time penalty at the start of the race. Let me just check here. Because you got... It'd be easy just to check. No, he's just the one penalty right now. And Drake, he has none, so the gap is effectively 3.3 seconds right now. From the Toro Rosso to the Haas driver, as we look back down to Nitro, he is close up on Bartskang. Bartskang. I think that's Mr. Soxon behind them. Yeah, judging by his gap to Simon Lee, who is ghosted right ahead. Remember him disconnecting earlier in the race. Bartskang must be making just some small mistakes, but they are adding up quite costly compared to Nitro, sorry. Don't know what he wants to go under, but like Mark, he's been able to find around half a second. That's extended the gap back up to 7.2 seconds. It's getting really close here, and I think I've got graphical glitch or something, because the HUD is showing me different from what his tyres actually are. As you can see on the left, it says he's on hard tyres, but graphically it says he is on medium tyres, so I'm in a bit of a unknown here on what tyres Night Fox is actually on. Oh, he gets into a half spin there, and there's quite a bit of time to Bartskang ahead. He's having to lift there. As that Zoxon, he's looking to unlap himself from the Williams. And that's Drake, he gets his penalty, so the gap is even now between the two leading drivers, but just looks like Mark is firmly set on getting the win right now. There's no LSD, he's closing up to Cozzy. I see how this develops, but back onto Night Fox, who is still hunting down Bartskang after making this small mistake earlier. He'll be wanting to get past the Mercedes man. Oh, and he does it again. Looks like he's having issues with his tyre temps right now. It's the Williams man. It's Carpaccio, he comes into a bit, and emerges just out ahead of Carpia. And oh, that's Zoxon, and he causes a penalty for Nitro Fox. So Zoxon maybe putting his nose where he shouldn't be getting involved, causing Nitro Fox to get a penalty. Like Zoxon running, going deep into the swim push chicane there. And that's Bartskang. Bartskang made a mistake out of the final corner. And you can see him just pulling up. What's happened to him? Looks like he lost some wing there. Unlucky for the man who's running in 5th position, but he's now dropped back down to 8th. Carpi gets another penalty. see how much front wing he has lost. Quite a big chunk on the, I think it was the left hand side of his car. Oh, as he hits the wall again, Stockster, he gets another penalty. See there, effectively a plank of wood on the left hand side of his car. Diving into the pits, and he retires. So he's just not gone his way. This today has it for Bartskang. Here's Senior Magic, he's closed up to Nitro, or has Nitro overtaken him? I think it's not the fact Nitro's overtaken Senior Magic. Actually, no, I'm mistaken. It was Bartskang who Night Fox was catching up, so it now looks like it's Senior Magic who's catching up to Nitro, and in hand, Dockster catching up to the pair of them. It's quite an interesting battle for P5 right now. As Dockster, he's chopped the gap down to 0.6 of a second between him and Senior Magic. Oh, some lag there or something. Oh, and there goes Dockster into the wall. Don't think he got damage. Just show he's not looked really to have good control of his car all weekend. So in qualifying, I believe it was him who was getting his rear end out. Mistake me if I'm wrong, but oh, and there's Dockster running into the back of Senior Magic, and that's more wing damage. And again, he runs into the back of Senior Magic. It's just not gone the way for the championship leader, who will probably not be the championship leader after this race, as Marquis just looked in command all race and will be picking up this 25 points, contrary to Dockster's 6 points, I believe he will be getting as of right now, but he has got quite the load of penalties, and Mark Nicky could be inheriting that P7 as he goes off again. He's just not looked good, has he, today? And I must divert my attention to LSD, who's getting quite close to Cossie. Obviously both of these picked up some damage, but just been able to pull away from Light Rove behind. And now LSD looks like he's on better tyres as of now on the hard. We're trying to get past Cossie for the final spot on the podium. Do believe these two have equal penalties. Don't have time to check as of right now, but I know move is being made, but we've got Senior Magic really close to Nitro. As will Hassman try and mount an attack. He's very close exiting the corner running on to the back straight, but looks like he just didn't get the exit he wanted. As he hop over the first inside curb of Nouvelle. Go back above with LSD, who is really close behind Cozzy. So you just see the understeer. Cozzy was getting his LSD, clips the inside wall there. Or does he have wing damage? Yeah, he does not. Just checking, because I thought I saw 2 fully intact end plates there on the Alfa Romeo car. So yeah, the flag in sector 1. We'll have to see who this is. Can't see who that was, but we can see Cozzy's got a lot more damage. He had the same damage that Barsgang was having. He's lost quite a chunk of his front wing. That's the Williams man, and that's just been allowing LSD to close closer and closer. Cozzy, he's got to try and make his car an absolute wall in his final 7 laps of this race. That's Mark Nicky. He's getting some time penalties to his name as he hunts down Doxter. You can see Zoxon in the back there, getting out of shape. Here comes Mark Nicky now. On to the start finish straight. And when he looked to move into Sandevot. No, he doesn't, but he gets very close to the racing point. Let's go back with LSD. Will he look for a move into Nouvel? No, he doesn't. Goes around the chicane. More of a double chicane, I like to call it. Here once again, will he be able to make a move? On the start finish straight, but no, he's just not been able to get the exit he needs compared to Cozzy's. See his entries into the corners, he's just trying to find a way to get past the Williams. Let's come with no avail. A Senior Magic, he sends one down. Oh, he manages to get past, but not in the way he would have wanted to. Almost forcing it off, and there's LSD. LSD's got past Cozzy. I think Cozzy made a mistake on the exit of the Nouvel, or he's just, has he got some more damage? I don't know, he's just looking. Yeah, I think he's got some more damage on the front left of his car. I'll have to see if he wants to pit or not. Yeah, here he comes into the pits. He should be coming out around P7. P6, I must say. Must correct myself. Here comes the new front wing. And a new set of tyres onto the Williams car. And he'll be pushing like a madman in his final stages of the race. Senior Magic and Nitro past him, and yeah, just ahead of Doxter, and just ahead of the lap car with Steph Farrell. See, 4 seconds behind Nitro, and Senior Magic will be keeping an eye on Cozzy in his final parts of the race. He'll be the lightest he's been all race, and on the freshest, fastest tyres. So in theory, he should be the fastest car on the track, but we'll have to see if what he is able to do compared to the cars around. Obviously, he's got a lap Mr. Zoxon ahead of him. Oh, weekend, little out of shape there. on the exit of the Nouvelle. Is the Williams man, but that puts it into perspective. It's only 8/10 of his personal best lap coming into sector 3, and that is even with a pit stop. So it's going incredibly fast, and I think he's gained 2 seconds on his teammate this lap, and only 6/10 off, fastest lap of the race. It's going incredibly fast right now. Will he be able to regain his former position of P4? We'll have to see, but he's already to the back of Nitro. He taps the rear of his teammate for good measure. I have to see if any team orders is applied here, and it is. I think so at least. Yep, Nitro lets his teammate past, and he's now fresh air for him to catch up to Senior Magic in the Haas, just 2 seconds up the road from him, and that's more than doable, as you saw how much he closed to Nitro Fox when he pitted onto the fresh new soft tyres. And he's already into DRS range from 2 seconds exiting the Nouvelle. DRS right now, and he'll be looking for a move towards the end of this lap as sector 3. I don't know who that is. Oh, that was Nitro. Nitro's made a mistake. But you have to focus on his teammate more in this moment, because he's the one we're all focusing on right now. See if he can regain the P4. So catching it Senior is easy, but when it comes to overtaking, it's a different game at Monaco. But I was thinking if he would maybe had to look into the hairpin, but no, he thought better of it. Maybe made Adrian Sito S move there, but no, he'll continue to attack into the Nouvelle chicane. See if he pulls out. No, he's on 0 ARS. He is not attacking. He's saving his ARS for the final lap of this race, or final 2. But yeah, that's Senior Magic. He's just letting him past. He's not putting up attack to the Williams driver. I'll have to see if he goes to and sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with his fresh set of soft tyres. I see it. ERS mode 4. So nothing else really happening around here. Might as well just keep our attention on the Williams of Cosy. Oh no, he messes that up quite badly there. ERS back down to 0, so he'll try for another one, but onto the final lap comes Mark. He kind of just realised how close he is to Cosy on track right now. So that just puts into perspective how good the drive him and both Drake have had this race. Both have been just super fast, but Mark, he was able to get a good start from his pole position and not hard to fight through cars like Drake did with his battle with Cosy and LSD earlier in the race. As he is on ERS mode 5, he is also wanting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix to get those 26 points, which is all important to his championship fight, which he will be going into the lead of, provided he doesn't crash in his final corners. He's taking it very cautiously. Oh, LSD is disconnected. And this poses an interesting question. Could Cosy catch up? I don't think he could, but Cosy is attacking quite a lot right now. As Mark, he has won the race in dominant fashion, and here comes Drake over the line to take P2. I don't think Cosy is able to catch up to LSD, so even though he's not in control of his car, LSD will be taking P3. I think that's his first podium of the season, so well done to the Alfa Romeo man. I hope that's the first of many to come this season. the AI around the final corner for him. And he comes in to get P3. Cosy. Here comes Williams driver. Looked good throughout the weekend, but just hasn't had the pace to convert into a podium position. So Steph Rao, he crashes the car on the finish line. Was there something that happened here? Senior Magic was able to get another lap on Carpaccio due to how Drake lapped him. And there comes Doxon, last car to finish the race. Here you see Mark on the top step on the podium for the first time this season, and truly well deserved is it as he enters the lead of the championship. As he's spraying the champagne at possibly the best Grand Prix to take the winner for the whole season, the Monaco Grand Prix in the streets of Monte Carlo. I see Mark, look at all the penalties drivers have got, but there's Mark taking the win here today ahead of Drake. Then a massive gap to Ellerstein and Cossi behind. Then only other driver finish on the lead lap is Senior Magic in 5th place, then all from Carpaccio down to Mr. Soxos lapped at these ones. Then you've got Simon Elite, Steph Out, Bartelsgang, TX606 and Panda Cruiser. So this was the Monaco Grand Prix in WCR Tier 3 in Season 3. I am your commentator, Alfie Lawrenson. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.